So we've already got a response from YouTube regarding this whole UK under the 16-year-olds ban thing that they're doing with social media. It seems that it's ruffled some feathers over at YouTube who believe that their platform is more centered towards educational and helpful things and is very crucial for young people to learn things, educators to teach people things, and everybody in general to have crucial information at their fingertips. But YouTube is hitting back after being caught up in the UK's ban on social media platforms for people under the age of 16. And as we talked about in the last video, we mentioned that Australia was the first country to roll back some of these censorship things and bans for people under the age of 16 back in 2024, where they decided to take the usage for kids and teenagers way, way down. And if you guys don't remember in my last video on this topic, back in 2024, Australia actually became one of the first countries to start cracking down on social media usage for kids and teenagers, announcing that sweeping changes would be coming in late 2025. And they definitely have made some changes where they've restricted access to the likes of X, which is formerly known as Twitter, as well as Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitch for anybody who is under the minimum legal age of 16 years old. And other countries such as Canada and the United Kingdom have also taken a liking to some of these crackdowns, with the UK's crackdown being announced on June 15th, with similar platforms to those that Australia named in their restrictions being set in theirs as well, and rollouts supposedly coming out in sometime during 2027 for some of these rules they're wanting to implement in the future. In the last video, we talked about YouTube being added to the list, which was considered for ban, which has caused a bit of a stir, with many people questioning if the platform's educational side could keep things from being restricted with YouTube. There's even a comment where YouTube officials addressed the UK's under 16-year-old social media ban. Speaking with Wired, there was a spokesperson for YouTube named Jay Stoll who hit back against these social media bans, claiming that it would push users towards less safe content alternatives as a result, claiming that blanket bans would just push kids out of such curated, supervised, and beneficial experiences and towards more anonymous and less safe services to view content online instead. YouTube's Kids, at least, has been exempt from the whole crackdown situation, but seeing as there's already guidelines in place to make sure that there's age-appropriate material, you would think it would be a safer situation than normal YouTube itself. But these things have been reconsidered because back in March, Futurism and the 74 found out that YouTube's Kids allowed AI-generated content that has been labeled as educational, but has appeared to promote certain things like eating toxic foods and also playing in traffic, which obviously is not safe for impressionable kids to be watching. There was also a study from the video editing platform called Capwing that found out that 20% of YouTube is made up of AI slop, and the content has been earning creators millions of dollars. And if you guys are on the app at all, you guys know that this is definitely not far from the truth. It's actually very true. And there's tons of creators that make a lot of profit on AI slop content farms that they make, and it does make them bank. But YouTube, being a Google owned platform, has since banned some of the biggest channels that have focused on AI generated content, with a combined 4.72 billion views and 35 million subscribers to these channels being wiped out as a result of this change. And everything going on with the UK ban has not been set to come into play until early of 2027, according to BBC. So obviously a lot of these restrictions could change, and I would love to know what your guys' opinion are. But I would love to know what your guys' opinion is about everything with YouTube being part of the ban or not. Do you guys think that there's enough educational content on YouTube for it to be deemed safe, or do you guys feel like it should be included with the ban as well to stop anybody who's under the age of 16 from viewing content on the platform entirely? I'm under the impression that it could be okay, but it's hard to really restrict it. And I feel like we have to have guidelines somewhere. And I feel like it's kind of a tricky thing. There are other platforms like Skillshare and things like that that are specifically educational only. And you can't really run into too many things like on YouTube that are kind of just slop itself. But YouTube definitely has a big portion of it that's really not helpful at all. And I don't know if kids really need to be watching it. So I kind of agree with them including it in the ban. But like I said, I'd love to know what you guys think. That's pretty much it for the updates regarding this whole ban situation and the YouTube response from it all. So I just wanted to talk a bit about it, and I will catch you guys in the next video that I make.